Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi and good day everyone. So today I would like to present about my research. It is on zero energy architecture, practice of digitalization and alternative energy to building design. I am Salmiah Aziz, which is main author for the paper. PM Dr. Siti Mariam and also Dr. Khairul will be co-author for the paper. I'm from UMK by the way. So my research outline today, content outline will be about abstract introduction, data analysis of zero architecture, alternative energy in Malaysia, and also digitalization construction. And I will after that go for discussion, conclusion, and also references. Okay, if we look at the abstract, climate change is forcing the globe undergo an energy transition which has accelerated the shift away from fossil fuels and toward clean energy. In this paper, the researchers analyze and provide the past and current information regarding alternative energy in Malaysia as well as the various renewable energy deployment for energy efficient building. The data collected through review of the literature by other authors, which is secondary data or sources about renewable energy efficient building and digitalization construction in Malaysia. The data review could be used by the policymaker, existing the local government, enlightening building industry players and the public to highlight the significance to practice and incorporating sustainable framework with the taping of renewable energy and digitalization system for every planning that related to zero energy architecture, which is in short form we call as ZEA. For the keywords, so it is alternative, and there are alternative energy, building design, digitalization, construction, growing energy, and also zero architecture. We go for introduction. 39% of the world's greenhouse gas emissions are from buildings. Cutting emissions in buildings will be important to reaching net zero emissions by 2050. Utilizing current affordable technology efficient zero carbon buildings improve local communities' health, equity, and economic development while lowering emissions. This quoted by Nestle, 2021. Energy conservation through energy efficient building has become increasingly important because of the global energy crisis. The three main factors that should be taken into consideration for energy savings in a building are building design, low energy building materials, use in building construction, and the use of renewable energy technologies for various purposes. To ensure the world's long-term sustainability, renewable energy sources must be used to reduce carbon dioxide emissions. Malaysia's government and private sectors have recently begun to implement green construction techniques, partly to benefit from lower energy costs, but also due to increased concern about the effects of the interior environment on well-being. Next, we look at data analysis, which is classified into three stages. So it will be about zero architecture, alternative energy, and also digitalization construction in Malaysia. By the way, the topic reviews include energy crisis, alternative energy and barriers of alternative energy in Malaysia, energy efficient building and zero architecture, digitalization construction in Malaysia, and government policies concerning alternative energy and digitalization construction in Malaysia. If we look into zero energy architecture, the first stage in designing a net zero energy building is to adhere to design standards, since it is crucial to identify the sources and inputs needed to quantitate the outputs and determine what is required to balance the net energy use. The second stage is to model energy use using a variety of tools and strategies to optimize the following building orientation, glazing area, exposure and shading, heat island reduction, lighting systems and capacities, temperatures, humidity and relative humidity levels, landscaping, natural resources, and the overall system efficiency. So this is quoted by Shahadi 2020. If we look at into figure 1, shows the net zero village as an example of zero energy architecture model that has been discussed by the researcher. So if we look at this figure, it is display on alternative energy, which is solar power, and also the wind turbine, maybe in the nearest area, and also the farm close to the building. Yeah. A building is considered to be net zero site energy if when measured on site, it is produced as much energy as it used. In comparison to the energy content at the source, the net zero source energy building is one that annually produces as much energy as it consumes. The building that use energy efficiency and renewable energy solution as part of the business model is known as a net zero energy cost building. To emphasize, net zero energy emission buildings are those who designs consider the emissions generated by the structure's energy requirements. Various energy efficient measures are displayed in figure 2. So this is figure 2. Here, there is component to analyze the energy efficient in a building, which is one of them is bioclimatic design, insulated and airtight building envelope, natural daylight efficient, and efficient lighting, renewable energies, low energy IT and appliances, efficient HVAC system as well. A more sustainable construction can lessen human effects on the environment in figure 3. So this is figure 3, this is result is displayed. So this is also quoted by Shadi 2020. So there is effect on sustainable building on the environment, by the way, into social life and also economic development. So if we look at into environmental protection, into climate change, use of renewables, energy efficient, and etc. So this is a few impact if we are using sustainable buildings into built environment. Alright, so basically figure 4 shows net zero architecture as well, which is energy efficient building using the electricity produced by wind turbine and also solar panels. So if you look at into the wind turbine, it is generated, like the local area nearby the buildings or on-site renewables, and also the solar panel installed in the building, usually at the rooftop. So yeah, so this is the way how zero energy architecture as researchers discuss. So if we look at into the zero energy building ZEB program is currently supported by the European Union, EU, Japan, Singapore and other countries committed to reducing energy use and carbon emissions. So it is as portrayed in figure 6. So this is figure 6, how the energy efficient building will be constructed or can be constructed as well. So it is there are three components in energy efficient building, which is energy conservation, energy efficiency, and also renewable energy. So there is some calculation to how I can say to know the building it is energy efficient or not. So this is how the things should look like. Alright. They also entails the design of extremely energy efficient building merged with renewable energy application. The majority of these nations aim to sustainable energy development authority say that. Which is will be about new public buildings in the year that will be introduced by 2020 and new public and private buildings on average that will be categorized by 2030. So one of example of zero energy architecture, so I display here and also I make it as example here. It is the diamond building has been constructed and designed using a sustainable building concept, reduced use of fossil fuels, water conservation, use of sustainable building materials, waste minimization and avoidance in the environmental quality, traffic and transportation management, and construction and demolition management plan are some of the consideration, which is it is the components of the diamond building. So this is the detail of the section of the diamond building. So if you look at here, there is the dome with it, which is this is more like atrium or a skylight, where the natural light can go into the building by this courtyard or atrium, or maybe we can call it as atrium. Sorry, you can call it as how can I say a courtyard as well. Okay, but in a modern way. So innovation atrium, yeah, this is innovation atrium. And also space rooftop garden as well, no, in the building, sloping roof for the photovoltaic here as well, for the solar panel. I mean, for the installation purpose will be, at the outer scale of the building, 70 facade. Tall tree line, streetscape for shading and also cooling effect. So yeah, this is here, outside the building. Glass entrance, canopy with water elements as well, and also pedestrian walk outside the buildings. And light shaft, low E class, where this is the double glazing used by the buildings to decrease the internal temperature by the natural light. There are two examples for the green architecture buildings that I will be discussing in this conference, which is one of them is Green Energy Office Building, in short form GEO, Malaysian Green Technology and Climate Change Corporation, and another building will be the Exchange TRX, Tun Razak Exchange. So about the GEO building, this building, so it is owned by the Green Tech, currently owned by them. So if we look into the components of the green building, so it is include low electricity demand design and also building integrated photovoltaic BIPV. So the solution, it is user comfort and also health and safety. So this is output of the design, by the way. So if we look into building design ideas, so the buildings, the way they compose the building, the way they locate the building, it is by the analysis of the how the sunrise and also the sunset. So it is designed and located strategically by the data of the Malaysia sun path in Kuala Lumpur. So the design also reflects the exterior and also interior, which is at the exterior there is a few landscape, and also in interior design using atrium and also the features which is eco-friendly. So there is also roof light, skylight, radiant cooling air conditioning system, efficient ASU with variable speed drive inverter, optimum orientation with windows and doors, face toward north and south, self-shading designed to prevent glare while maximizing daylight usage, double glazing windows with integrated blinds, daylight windows and reflective mirror, 100% daylight during normal days, diffuse daylight is reflected inside. Mirror light shaft is used to enable diffuse daylight to go deeper into the building. Floor slab cooling, PEX pipes in floor slab with chill, water flowing during daytime. Insulate interior from external heat using mineral wool, foam and aerated concrete block. Alright, so if you look at the photos, we can see the building at the rooftop using the photovoltaic panel, and inside the building also we can see there is atrium where the material here, it is a photovoltaic panel, which is solar panel, and also at the main facade area they are using solar panel as well to receive sunlight. Yeah, and also they are using double glazing windows. So this is the interior for the building. So if you look at the interior, there is atrium, so natural light can just go into the buildings. So it is called as diffuse daylight emitted through the skylight here. So this is the skylight where this is the PV panel. Alright, so this is the way how the diffuse light go into the building by the window. Yeah. So there is big window as well for the building. And most of the material used in the building, they are eco-friendly. The second example for zero energy architecture or green building, it is the Tun Razak Exchange TRX at Kuala Lumpur. So the components For the zero energy architecture, it is sustainable construction, incorporating biophilia and also green features and modern technology. The QRX development has been awarded Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design (LEED) Gold under LEED for Neighborhood Development Stage to LEED V4 rating system. So the definition for biophilia here is, the building using the greenery and also plants in their design for the buildings. So there's more plant, no? More greenery that reflects the design of the building. So, and also here, most of the features of the building, they are using digital technology as well, no? Like the touch screen, building energy management, and so on. So the Exchange TRX Sustainability Plan responds to the dynamic local community agenda and Kuala Lumpur City ambitions, the City Plan 2020. The principles set out in the United Nations Compact, of which land lease is a signatory. The Building Sustainability Plan also contributes to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs), which is cover 10 out of 70 goals at the building. Yeah, so meaning that the building covers 10 agenda of SDGs. So it is really good, by the way. So about the GBR rating tools, they got gold for this building, for this planning. So the building category, it is non-residential new construction, NRNC. Yeah. So it is a really big planning for the area and also for the building as well. Yeah, if you look at here, no, very nice, the interior using the plants and also greenery at the buildings. Here a few more images of the buildings. Some of the artists render and some a reality photo that's taken by other authors and also owned by others, which is I include in this slide today. Yeah. Alright, so we go for point 2.2, options for alternative energy in Malaysia. Alternative energy sources in Malaysia included hydro and marine, bioenergy, solar power, wind, and geothermal. According to the data reviews, hydro and marine power are the most commonly used renewable energy sources in Malaysia, and solar power is becoming more prominent. Barriers of deployment of alternative energy, 3 main barriers in order to deploy renewable energy in Malaysia, which is issue for approval process, and land access, financing, and feedstock availability for power generation, mainly for biomass products. So if we look at also in electricity generation 2020 at figure 5, so non-renewable, it is 147,000, which is 84% of total electricity generation in Malaysia. Renewable, just 60%, which is 18%, 18 gigawatts. And hydro and marine, which is 25,906 gigawatt, which is only 15% of total electricity generation. Bioenergy 1%, also solar, it is 471 gigawatt, and wind 0 gigawatt. So geothermal also 0 gigawatt. So the data I got from International Renewable Energy Agency, IRENA 2021. Alright, next I will discuss into digitalization construction in Malaysia. So today it is essential that company procedures are transparent, and by embracing digitalization, this may be greatly enhanced. Information on behavior, usage, failure models, performance indicators, emissions, and performance under stress is provided by digital technology. Such data analysis can then be formalized and used to create plans for both competition and sustainability. So this is quoted by Frost and Sullivan 2021. The operation and maintenance of such buildings will heavily rely on artificial intelligence (AI), which will be used in smart meters, smart display boards that advise renters on how to cut energy use, lighting control versus shading, and air conditioning operation. So this is stated by Shahadi 2020. The most important advantage of digitalization in sector include time savings in the delivery of building projects, increased productivity, faster work speeds, higher quality documents, quicker reaction times, and easier working procedures. So, developing the essential digitalization of the energy system requires a governance solution which may be achieved by doing the following: a domestic investment strategic fund, DISF, government to provide grants to accelerate the shift to high value added high technology, knowledge intensive and innovation based industries. The Malaysian government's economic recovery plan, which is Panjana, introduced in June 2020, announced the establishment of the National Technology and Innovation Sandbox (NTIS) to drive silent development. The government is specifically focusing on digital transformation in the industry. So this is also stated by Frost and Sullivan 2021. So there is 4 components in the digital technology for enabling circular construction, which are digital models and platforms, AI and big data, blockchain technology and IoT, Internet of Things, and also digital manufacturing. Next, we move on into discussion for the topic today. The data analysis was summarized by the researchers as follows: energy crisis. From the data, Malaysia currently in the phase of transition from fossil fuels to renewable energy power, as it has been predicted that conventional fuels will be depleted in 70 years, but targeted the world energy also could deplete in 30 years. In order to meet Malaysia nationally determined contribution NDCs, which were ratified during the Paris Agreement, only 10% of Malaysia's total energy consumption is currently made up the use of deployment of renewable and alternative energy sources. In the aspect of alternative energy sources in Malaysia, alternative energy sources in Malaysia included hydro and marine, bioenergy, solar power, wind, and geothermal, according to the data reviews. Hydro and marine power are the most commonly used renewable energy sources in Malaysia, and solar power is becoming more prominent. So the barriers of deployment of alternative energy. 3 main barriers in order to deploy renewable energy in Malaysia, which is issue of approval process and land access financing, feedstock availability for power generation, mainly for biomass projects. So energy efficient buildings refers to building has the potential to positive impact on the climate as well as the environment throughout its design, construction or operation, which is classified as zero energy building (ZEB), and to include ISO 50001 energy management. The elements of EEB such as reduce energy consumption, reduce solar heat gain capturing natural light using renewable energy sources, and ensuring adequate testing and maintenance. So in the aspect of digitalization construction in Malaysia, adopting digitalization could considerably improve the built environment. Digital technologies provide data on behavior, usage, failure models, performance indicators, emissions, and performance under stress. Currently, the Malaysia government is actively working on national and community-specific digitalization strategy, plan, and program. So, at last, in the aspect of government policy, there are several government policies concerning alternative energy in Malaysia, such as National Building Energy Intensity (BEI) and Malaysia's Future Energy Landscape 2050 by Suruhanjaya Tenaga, Malaysia Energy Emissions, Budget 21 and Budget 22 about the Sustainability Agenda by Ministry of Finance Malaysia, the Voluntary Carbon Market or VSM by Bursa Malaysia, Green Investment Tax (GITA), Smart Automation Grants (SAG), SEDAS Net Energy Metering 3.0 and EM 3.0, and Malaysia Renewable Energy Roadmap 2035 (MyRER). We go for conclusion of the zero energy architecture. So there is core components for the building, which is maximize energy efficiency, prioritize on-site renewables, utilize off-site renewables, and also measure and manage net zero operation. So additional components, it is included electrification, ready and eliminates on-site fossil fuels, optimize building grid integration and on-site storage, specify low GWP refrigerants, and also consider low embodied carbon materials. So So if we look at this figure, so this is on-site renewables. Yeah, so recommended to use on-site renewable. I mean, in Malaysia, it is in trend using solar panel and also using other renewable energy sources, which is community solar and also community wind turbines. So using high performance building envelopes, so usually used for the column and also for the wall. High performance windows. So you use glass and other building material which is eco-friendly. Building home controls as well. So this is more like smart system at the building. Efficient heat pump, HVAC for the air conditioning, and also efficient electric water heater, efficient electric appliances and lighting, and also on-site storage. So this is referred to the electricity storage. Electricity storage. For the conclusion of the topic today, by integrating an effective building envelope and deploying energy efficient and high performance utilities that encourage power levels of energy consumption, future buildings will place a greater emphasis on renewable and sustainable energy resources. The ecology and the economy can both benefit greatly from net zero buildings in the end. Alternatively, digital technology boosts output while reducing risks. It enhances teamwork, worker safety, and design accuracy in the construction sector, offering building industry a competitive edge. So that's all for today. Thank you. But if you guys has anything to ask regarding the topic, you still could reach me through my email. Thank you.